When the question is asking for mean, what type of calculations need to be done? First ada plus. Before plus, mesti times dulu. Times something dulu, ada dia dikali. Lepas tu dicampur, lepas tu divide. Ada 4 markah. Ada yang dikali, ada yang dicampur, and then di divide. So apa yang dikali? Dikali frekuensi dengan sini. However, sini mana ada nombor kan? Ada 2 nombor kan? 2 nombor. Jadinya yang dipakai adalah cari nombor tengah-tengah. So cari nombor tengah-tengah 0, 10. Tengah-tengah would be 5. 10, between 10, 25. Macam mana yang cara cepat? How do you quickly calculate this one? Using your calculator. How do you find the mean value? 10? No. 25 plus 10 divided by 2. Yep. Is any of the calculation that requires you to find the midpoint? Okay, you add the 2 numbers and then divide by 2. Okay, so that is where the extra 1 mark is to get that 4 marks. So that means the second one would be 17.5. The next one would be 32.5, and then the next one would be 50. So what do you multiply? So you multiply 3 times 5, multiply 8 times 17.5, 15 times 32.5, and then 4 times 50. Once you multiply this, okay, so that one is done. You add. Once you add that one, and then you divide. Divide by what? Total frequency 40, ataupun you add this up, totalnya should be equals to 40 juga. Okay, another way of defining that. Alright. So calculating that one. So if you put this one sahaja, the numbers. So 1 point for all the midpoints. Okay, 1 point of all the midpoints. 1 point for writing that. 1 point for all those you divide by 40. So 3 points. So final point would be your final answer. Okay, your final answer. So you can straight away using the bracket atau ada calculator on your calculator, bracket 3 times 5 tutup bracket plus buka bracket, okay, everything, and then the whole thing divided equals to, and then the whole thing divided by 40. Check how you would do these calculations jua. It's one thing for you to write down the working, but it's another thing using a calculator correctly to get the correct answer. Okay, so if you have calculated correctly, you should get that one, 25.4375. So remember, mean times first, and then add, and then divide. 3 marks. Times plus divide. Now your times, kalau ya the top row tu sudah ada satu value, okay. Tapi kalau ada 2 value sini, cari yang tengah-tengah dulu baru dikali ya. Alright. Okay. Next one. Draw a histogram to show the information in the table. So what we want is in the one of the video as well. You find the class with. Okay, let me erase that one so I have space for my class with. So what needs to be done is we gonna look for class width dulu. Okay. Class width, class width between 0 and 10 berapa tu? Ada 10 lah. Size of the interval. Between 10 to 25 ada berapa? 15. Next. 15. Sini. 20. So artinya memang in the equal lah. So artinya how would you find the height? So height times by class width equals to frequency ya. Okay, area of the bar. So artinya sini what do you divide? 10 divided by 3, 3 divided by 10. 3 divided by 10. Frequency divided by class width. Okay. So 3 divided by 10, 0.3. So that means when you draw 0, 10, 0, 10 sini height-nya is 0.3. Like that. Okay. Then same thing goes with the next one. So 18 divided by 15, that is 1.2. And then 15 divided by 15 is 1. 20 divided by 4 is 4 divided by 20 is 0.2. Then proceed lah. 10 to 25. Be careful intervalnya. So 1.2, 25, singan sini. Like that. Next one, 25 to 40. It's 1. So singan 1 saja. Kenapa ya? 1 saja. Tapi singan 40. And then last one, 40 to 60 is 0.2. So it's quite narrow sana. 0.2, 40 to 60. There you go. Right? That's it. So you write down your notation sana. First thing is what? You find the class width. This is how to draw histogram. Okay, you can refer to your cornell notes on this one. Ada satu soalan, one of the questions says how to draw the histogram. So first you identify the class width and then you find the height by dividing frequency with the class width. And then draw dia. Okay, so memang catur. 2 students are selected at random from the 40 students. We know sudah ni. Kalau ia cakapnya selected at random, tahu sudah. The next question will ask for probability. Artinya ia jawapan should be fraction. If it's either fraction, decimal or very good, percentage. Whichever is easier. Tapi biasanya kalau dalam soalan tu bagi decimal, memang jawapan kita ni decimal. Kalau soalan if the question asking if the question is giving percentage, then your final answer memang logically it would be percentage. If it's just a number, whole number, then logically your answer would be in fraction. So dapat ditukar. Dapat ditukar to eliminate those careless mistake. Because if you take extra unnecessary steps, that's where you want to make those careless mistake. Kalau sudah you dapat diterima dalam fraction, fraction tak saja. Jangan tak lagi ditukar balik. Okay? Sama je macam decimal. Kalau decimal tak saja. Jangan tak tukar balik. So calculate the probability that one student takes more than n. Ada n sini. The other student takes 10 minutes or less. So actually you have two probability. One probability is more than 25 minutes. The other one probability is less than equal to 10. So, same thing. Okay? Same thing. What you need to do is just find berapa over 40. Berapa student with that condition? Berapa student with that condition? Over 40. And what do you do with the two fraction? After that, to get the final one, what do you do with the two fraction? Times or plus? Times and plus? Times? Plus? So, it says two students. So, artinya ia pilih one and another one. Salah. Ia pilih one and another one. But you can also, so first student can be greater than 25, second student less than 10 minutes. Ataupun first student can be less than 10 minutes, second student would be greater than 25 minutes. So both times and plus do take into account here. So first, sebelum masuk kita ni check dulu greater than 25 minutes. Greater than 25 minutes ada berapa? 25 minutes. Greater than 25 minutes. 19. 15 and 4. And then less than 10 minutes would be less than 10. Berapa? 3. 3 je. Okay? So, first pick. Kenapa ya 40? Okay. Alright? Okay Okay. So, probability. Lihat dulu. Dia ada dua picknya, dua pick. So, sekiranya the first student tu yang greater than 40, greater than 25, probability-nya tu. Second student less than 10 minutes, which is 3 orang atau. So, 3 over 39. Because satu student sudah you pick. Ataupun first probability would be 3 over 40 times 19 over 39. Okay. Use your calculator and you get alright? So you calculate it and you get that one. Okay. The next one. Okay, the next one ni mesti boleh pakai. Mesti boleh dapat jawab The longest time taken was 30 minutes. Artinya di ujung sekali 30. Median was 22 minutes, artinya good, Azra. Lower quartile was 8 minutes, artinya 1/4 times 200, which is equals to 50, is 19 minutes. Interquartile, Q3, Q4. Okay, so this one, okay, never mind, hold on. We don't use that one dulu. Okay, biar tu dulu. So we eliminate that one. Okay, not familiar, that's fine, Range was 25. That means highest minus lower sini. Di sini would be 25, So tanyanya apa? Shortest time. Shortest time means what? Finding the lowest two. So that would be 5. That's it. Now for the lower quartile and interquartile, that one is required to draw the box and plot. To draw a box and whisker plot. So it's not on your syllabus for Maths D. So we will not do it. Okay, so we'll skip this one. Dapat 4 markah, Yang penting tu markah untuk dapatkan C and above tu is there. So I'll just go straight to the next question sini. Okay. So the diagram shows a tank in the shape of a half cylinder of radius 12 cm and length 1 meter. The tank is fixed horizontally. So ini macam tong gas yang besar tu untuk menyalai. Ada? Pernah nampak? Okay, so macam mana ya? That's how big it is. The tank is fixed horizontally and is completely filled with water. Calculate the volume of the water in the tank. So when you calculate the volume of the water, you need to identify the shape. So what is the shape originally? Cylinder. Half. So artinya cylinder mathematically half ataupun divided by 2. Okay? So artinya apa yang divided by 2? Volume of cylinder divided by 2. Volume. Cylinder. Formula. Area of cross section. Cross sectionnya what shape? Area of base. What shape? Circle lah dulu Jangan dulu semicircle. Okay. Tadi dulu area of circle times the length. So area of circle, formula 2 pi r or pi r square? Pi r square. So pi okay, let me buat pi r square. We just substitute. What is the radius given? So 12 square times, what is the length? 1 meter. Can we proceed? No, because units yang dah sama. So 1 meter. So that's 144 pi times by so that's 14400 pi. Now sini teacher buat pi dulu. Because I don't want to deal with banyak decimal point. Okay, karang baru tahap. Right. So that is the volume of the cylinder. Tapi yang mau half a cylinder. Artinya what do we do? Yes. So all you have to do, that value you divide by 2. Pakai calculator, 14,400 times pi divided by 2. Pakai pi arah calculator. Okay, if the answer is not exact, you should give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So 22,600. Ini standard of the standard formats dia. Tapi dalam marking scheme ada line value-nya. But we follow Maths punya marking scheme. So if the answer is not exact, you should give answer correct to 3 significant figures. And that's where you got your 3 marks. Next one. So what's the problem dulu with this one? Why were you unable to answer this question correctly? What did you forget? Volume of cylinder. So volume of cylinder Indah kena bagi. Okay, volume of cylinder Indah kena bagi ia punya formula. You need to memorize. So as long as a prism, kalau kamu dirikan sides-nya is straight, that's a prism. Volume-nya would be whatever base-nya times by the height. Okay, sama macam kalau cuboid. Kalau cuboid kan dia berdiri straight di bawahnya apa? Ataupun rectangle So length times breadth times by height. Okay, cylinder pi r square times by height. Triangular prism sama je, half times base times height of the triangle times by the height of the shape. Okay, sama. So remember on that one. Favorite question on this. Okay, prismnya is either cylinder, cuboid ataupun triangular prism. Water is removed from the tank until the level of water is 6 cm below the top of the tank. The diagram shows the cross section of the tank. Calculate the volume of water that is now in the tank. Kenapa divide by 2? Mana yang cakap half? Not quite. For 5 marks, so it should be more than that. Okay. Now, actually, because the existing shape, we don't have a formula to find the area of that. Remember volume of water, find the area of cross section times by the length. So yang tu, it's not even a semicircle. That's not a semicircle. Ia di bawah. So bukan center. This is not the center. So this is not a circle. It's like macam tu kalau ditamukan kan toh, bukannya circle. So it's not a so it's not a semicircle. So in fact what we should do is we should find what's the area of this. And then times by the length. In order for you to find that one, we need to find the area of the whole thing, which is, this is, yes, area of the sector. Okay, area of sector. So area of the sector, and then you minus by area of the triangle, baru dapat yang di bawahnya tu. Okay, that is what tu. Alright. So the whole thing tu tolak the triangle. So maybe I can shade it kali. So the triangle ni, tolak triangle ni, tinggal ta yang ni. Okay, right. Masalahnya sektor ni lah. Mana dulu kita ni boleh buat? Kita ni boleh buat. Can we do this one? Triangle. What's the area of a triangle? Half times base times height. Do we know base? No. Do we know height? 6. Artinya sini remain tu. Dah je dapat proceed Paksa tujuannya kita ni layanlah yang payahan ni. Okay. In order for you to find this one, this is area of sector, which means the angle here. Okay, the angle sana. Okay, area of sector. So that's x out of 360 times by pi r square, a fraction of pi r square. Do we know x? No. Do we know r? Yes, we know r. Yes, r is R is 12. Because kenapa? Radiusnya sini, radiusnya sini, radiusnya sini, semua adalah sama. Sama. Artinya we put the dimensions in. Okay, let's put the dimensions in. So that means we know this is 12. We know this is 12. And we are given that is 6. Any idea how we're gonna do this? Which one dulu bandar yang kita ni kan cari? Cari X ah? So, macam mana cari X? Jadikan X the subject. Tapi kalau jadikan X the subject, it must be equal to something. Equals to apa? Equals to? Mana dapat jadikan subjek unless dia ada value sebelah kanan equals to something, then baru dapat. Ada nampak? Ada nampak? So, when you have a not quite, it is isosceles. However, the one that I want to point out would be as well is these angles here are equal. If you cut it at the center, okay, it's equal. That means what does that mean? That means, that means what? That means I can find the value of that angle by using this. And then so let me label it as AA lah. Once I got the value of A, what do I do? Kalau sudah teacher dapat value of A, what do I do? Tak, bukan teacher tanya macam mana cari A. Sekiranya Ketani dapat A sudah, what do I do? Plus? Plus dengan sebelah. Sebelahnya apa? Sebelahnya equal. Banyak juga. Complicated juga. Complicated juga. Your X, yes. The angle to X tu sama. So if this is A, sebenarnya artinya once I find A, what do I do? Times 2 lah. Okay? So, that's what we're gonna do to find X. So, once you find X, baru dapat dalam formula X atau? Okay. So, we find A. How do we find A? How do you find A? Pythagoras? Dah dapat Pythagoras. Kalau Pythagoras, you find unknown side. Kita ni cari angle. Artinya pakai? Ya, ratio. Tawasohkah? Okay, so that's your 90 degrees. Artinya, this side is what? Hypotenuse. And this side is what? Opposite or adjacent? Adjacent, which means cos. Cosine of A equals to coa A over H, which is 6 over So your A equals to cos minus 1, 6/12. Pakai calculator. And you get, yep, that means your X is 120. And that's the 120 that Katani pakai here. Artinya X is 120 over 360 times by pi times by 12 square. And you get your answer there. Boleh pakai in terms of pi dulu. Ya memang lengthy ya, because markahnya tinggi ya. Okay. So berapa pi? 48 pi ya. Tadi boleh sebagai pi saja. Okay. So we got that one. Next. Okay, next is the triangle. We're missing base sana. Any thoughts on how we can find the base of the triangle? What can we do? We can draw base-nya mana nya? Base. This one. So, from tadi, we know that this is 60. We know this is 12. We know this is 12. Anything else that we know? Anything that we can use to find the value? 180 minus 120. Okay, kita buat sini. 180 minus 120 because the whole thing here is 120. So that would be 60. And then 60 divided by 2 equals to 30. And where is 30? The base ini. Okay, how does that help? Kita ni more measurement of length, bukan angle. 12 to 6. Pakai apa ni? Is it a triangle problem? Yes. So kalau triangle problem, tanda ada dua, we need to decide whether it's a right angle triangle problem or a non-right angle triangle problem. None? Kalau non-right angle triangle problem, ada berapa? Sine rule ataupun cosine rule boleh dipakai. However, sekejap dulu. Can we also use this as a right angle triangle problem? Yes. Can. So either way, you want to use sine rule or cosine rule, or either you want to use right angle triangle, which is Pythagoras theorem, ataupun trigonometric ratio, dua-dua will give you the same. Dua-dua will give you the same solution. Ba. Razik mau pilih apa? Non-right angle or right angle? Which one do you want to practice more on? Right angle? Okay. So right angle. Let me do it here. So right angle, let me draw that. This one is 12. This one is 6. And we want to find this. Kalau we find the unknown angles ini, let's label it as B. Is this B the same as B here? No, because it will be just half of the triangle. So if you want the big base, what do we need to do? Macam tadi, times by 2. Okay, so maybe not wise for me to buat B kali ya. So confused. L lah, L. Let's do L. Okay? Arti macam mana cari L? L square plus 6 square equals to hypotenuse square. Okay? So L square is equals to 12 square minus 6 square. Teruskan. Jangan ya Allah. Teacher boleh calculate. Kamu yang berfikir. Kamu calculate memanglah. Artinya base is equals to times 2. Kalau calculator yang pakai root, pakai itu Artinya replace sana jadi 12 root 3 times by 6. Okay, divided by 2 equals to 36 root 3. Okay. Alright. So that's the value. So artinya for this one, what do we do? So to find the volume of the water, what do we do? Yes. What do we do? To find the green one. So the sector is 48 pi. The triangle is 36 root 3. Minus lah. So apa yang di minus? 48 pi minus 36. Ni calculator teacher. Your calculator might give you pakai decimal lah. That's fine as well. Alright. Oh, salah lah. Okay, equals to berapa? Sure? Yep. Is that our final answer? No, because this one is the area. Kita ni mau cari volume. So artinya once you got this one, what do you do? Kali dengan area of cross section kali dengan the length. The length is 1 meter. So 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeter. So times dengan 100, giving your answer correct to 3 significant figures. And you get that. So when you got 5 marks, this one, if it's difficult for you, batah untuk difikirkan, then you move on to the do the easy ones first. Once you finish all the easy ones, the questions I feel confident on, then baru you go back here. So if you look at what I have done here is I have broken it down. I broke it down into different parts, so it's easier. And the use of visuals, it really helps. It will help you to think of what's the suitable method to use. Pakai right angle triangle problem, non-right angle triangle. In this case, kita ni pakai sector, kan? Kita ni pakai right angle triangle. Okay? Kita ni find angle. Kita ni find side. Banyak ia punya unknown sides, banyak unknowns that we need to find. But in the end, that would be the sequence of thinking process that you need to adopt. So the good thing, the beauty of this question, your 5 marks is, sekiranya you won't be able to complete it and get the volume, singan-singannya pun it's fine. Okay? So contohnya, kamu lupa area of sector, but you have the sequence atau you bagi tahu area of sector minus triangle equals to the area yang dicari. Kalau ada sequence atau and you show that to find the triangle atau, okay, walaupun dia sampai habis, like let's say your thought process kamu simpan, kamu write it down. Kamu simpan this one, kamu simpan this one, kamu simpan ani, okay? Kamu simpan some sort of that one, kamu simpan some of this. Walaupun dah habisnya, yang berhighlight ni, you can get 2 to 3 marks already. Because your process is there. Your final value might not be there, tapi your thinking process, that's a crucial part. Alright? So that's important. That's why it's important that you need to write down working. Okay? Alright. So next one. A rectangular fish tank with length 42 cm and width 35 cm is full of water. A stone lies at the bottom of the tank. When the stone is removed from the tank, the depth of the water decreases by 0.2 cm. The density of the stone is 2.2 grams per cubic centimeter. Calculate the mass of the stone in grams. How do you find mass? Nah, ia bagi lagi. Ia bagi sudah ia punya formula. Mass yang dicari. Do we know the density? Yes. That's 2.2 gram per cubic centimeter. Do we know the volume? Is the volume given? So the volume yang kita ni cari. Kita ni cari volume. Volume of what benarnya kita ni cari? Rectangular fish tank. Artinya, what shape is it? Rectangle. 3D. 3D, So it's actually cuboid. So volume of cuboid would be length time breadth time height. Do we know length? Yes. 42. Breadth? Yes. Berapa? 35. Do we know the height? Berapa? Do we know the height? Ada kinda height-nya? Nada. So gimana? So sebenarnya kita ni cari volume. You said volume of the rectangular tank kan? Right? So dalam tank tu, okay, dalamnya sudah ada batu. Okay, batu fill. That's the volume And then kalau batu itu dikeluarkan, so what happens to the water level? Decrease by saksikan sana. So ia tanya berapa mass of the stone. So volume yang kita ni mau, do we need the volume of the water or the volume of the do we need to find the volume of the water? No. We need to find the volume of the stone. Stone ada volume. Kita ni mau cari volume of the stone. Tapi so actually tempat space ni, space tu yang turun lah tu is actually the equivalent to the volume of the stone. Kan? So volume of the stone is actually volume of the space tu, which is same shape. Kan? Cuma height-nya would be height-nya would be 0.2. Alright? So equals to mass divided by top. Okay? So writing this down mathematically lagi senang Chania. Kamu boleh tu simplify, solve. Okay? Simplify and solve. And you get the solution correct to 3 significant figures. Three significant figures would be 647. You got it? Okay? Your calculation need to be there. Time both sides with 42 times 35 times 0.2. Right? Okay. Next question. Another 4 marks. Okay. Sebab tu teacher suka paper IGCSE ni. Almost similar to the current trend of Maths D. Banyak. Okay. The diagram shows a cuboid A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Calculate the angle that AG makes with the base of the cuboid. Ada nampak? Ada nampak? So sebenarnya what you can do, you boleh tambah ni. So what we get, if I were to draw that back, the top here sini, what vertex? G. Bottom here, what vertex? C. And here, what vertex? Very good. So, ya suruh finding the angle that AG makes with the base of the cuboid. That's the one that once you know apa yang dicari, then it becomes easier. Okay? Now let's put the dimensions in. That's 15. What else do we know with this triangle? 8 centimeter? 12? Angle? Where? ACG. That's a 90 degrees. Because it's vertical. Okay? 8 and 12 masukin dari sini. Dah. However, untuk mencari this angle here, so this is a right angle triangle problem. Pythagoras or Towa-Sohka? Towa-Sohka. Because we're finding angle. Indah dapat pakai Pythagoras theorem. Okay? Indah dapat pakai Pythagoras theorem. So, pakai Towa-Sohka. Tapi, in order for you to use Towa-Sohka, you need to have at least how many sides? 2. You only have 1. Which one do you think is feasible for you to find the length first? AG ataupun AC? AC. AC. So, ani paksa imagine lah. So, AC ni yang di bawah. AC ni di bawah kotak ni. AC. Sini. Sini berapa? Sini? 12. So what you actually have is another triangle. For the AC, we actually have another triangle. But this time, this vertex is C. This vertex is B. This vertex is A. And this is a 90 degrees. AB is 8. BC is 12 as given. So this is the one that we want to find. Once you find this one, we can use it here and then use the trigonometric ratio to find the angle. Alright? So that's the sequence. So we find AC first. So the second triangle tu. So the second triangle ni, mana teacher kau buat working ya? Sinilah ha. Okay. To find AC, what do we use? Trig ratio, Pythagoras. Pythagoras. So, hypotenuse square is equals to 12 square plus the sum of the square of the other two sides. So, AC is equals to square root of 12 square plus 8 square. Work it out. Okay, your calculator should give something like this. Some calculator give you decimal, my calculator give me this, it doesn't matter. Okay, you just put whatever it is. So my AC here is for root 3. That means for this one, what do I use? Which trig ratio can I use? So in order for you determine which trig ratio, label dulu. Label. AC ni apa? Where the two angles are. Adjacent. Okay, that means this is the opposite. So opposite sama adjacent, which ratio? Towa. Good. Towa. Tangent. Theta. Angle opposite over adjacent. So tangent theta opposite would be 15. Adjacent yang kita ni cari tadi sudah 4 root 13. So theta is equals to tangent minus 1. 15 over. Okay. And then boleh pakai calculator. Alright? So 4 marks you would get if your final answer correct to 1 decimal place, because this is an angle. If it is not exact, you give the answer correct to 1 decimal place, which is 46.1. Alright? So again, similar thing here as we discussed just now. Drawing the right triangles, having the right dimensions written down, it helps you a lot to determine what formula to use. Right? Next one. Question number 5 here. Simplify. Fractional index. The numerator is the power, the denominator is the root. So it's over 2, which means it's square root. Bukan 2 root. 3 root, 4 root. So you can first multiply it out. Okay, so it becomes easier. And then root of 25 power 3. Remember, the numerator is the power, the 2 is the root. You can do that, right? And then this one you can simplify, jadi x to the power of 9. Root 25 is 5 to the power of 3. And 5 to the power of 3, you may use your calculator, is equals to, so 125 x to the power of 9. Actually, this one boleh pakai calculator pula. Rajin teacher tu lupa teacher. This is paper 2. But that's practice for your paper 1 anyway. Okay? So it's crucial that you know when you have fractional index, the numerator is the power, the denominator is the root. Okay, the next one. Let's see if this is in your syllabus or not. How do we get the value? Now, this is times 6 times 6 times 6, right? Kan? Times by 6 times by Okay, no worries. Okay. Because it's not addition, it's not subtraction, then this is definitely not an plus b. It's not even a square. It's not even a cube. So, which means this is not in your syllabus. It's actually an exponential. Kalau mengikut ia punya answer marking scheme, the nth term of the sequence is 6 to the power of n minus 2. There's a process to it, but it's not in your syllabus, so we'll just ignore that one. Okay, it's just useful for you to know this one though, just in case a similar sequence yang kena bagi, tapi kena suruh tanya what's the next sequence. Okay, so it's doable, as it's possible as well that the sequence would be times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 rather than always plus 6 or minus 6 or something like that. Okay. Question number 3. Again, not in your syllabus. However, might dua kali. First thing, so this one is just a practice of your expansion. Even if it's not, but I feel that it's useful for you to know. So when you do this one, you expand dua dulu. it doesn't matter which one. If you want x plus 4 and times x minus 3, boleh. If you times x minus 3, 3x minus 1, boleh. If you multiply x plus 4, 3x minus 1 pun boleh. So let me expand that one first. So x square minus 3x plus 4x minus 12. Simplify it. That's x square plus x minus 12. That means this one, you multiply again with 3x minus 1. Now, this is where it gets complicated. So, kalau di sini, the first bracket ada 3 terms. Okay? Second bracket ada 2 term. Artinya, when you multiply it out, how many terms you should have? Banyak. Berapa terms you should have? Banyak tu. Should have 6. Because the 3 terms though, you multiply it with 3x. So that's 3 terms. And then the 3 terms you multiply with minus 1. So there's another 3 terms. So altogether 6. So that's how you check. Okay. So let's multiply everything with 3x dulu. Okay. You can do the box. Pun boleh. Okay, fine. Let's do the box. It makes sense to you. So x square plus x minus 12. That means ada 3 buting. This is how it looks like. So 3x here minus 1 here. So you have a total of 6 terms. Okay. So the first one is 3x cube. Next one 3x square. Next one negative 36 x di bawah negative x square. Next one negative x. Last one positive 12. They are like terms sana. Okay, the x square. So minus x square plus 3x square, that becomes, and then you have the other terms minus x and minus 36x. So these two are the like terms. X square, x square, x square. Minus 1 plus 3 plus 2. This one is minus 37x. So, artinya 3x square, 3x cube, the x square simplify jadi 2x square, the x simplify jadi minus 37x, and then plus 12. There you go. 3. Does not seem long, like working kamu. All over the place. So yang penting, expand, simplify first. So that you don't have banyak terms. Yang mana dapat simplify awal, simplify tiap. In this case, okay, it saves you some trouble along the. Do you know which question is it? Is it 5? Belum. 9 kah? Okay. This one. Okay. 4 marks. Sure. Banyak atau. It's so exciting. Sana. Okay. Now, sini, if I put that one, then it becomes easier. Because now, what you can do, you can multiply both sides. Okay. Remember this one, 2 fractions. Either you simplify into single fraction, right? Or you multiply both sides with the denominator, common denominator. In this case, I would choose multiply both sides with the same with the denominator, because the denominatornya 1 saja. Jadi this becomes, the first term becomes that. The second terms become 7 saja. Okay. Macam si Carol macam confused ya. Okay, itu maksudnya. Okay. Artinya this one kali dengan x minus 2. So dapat this. Okay. And then this one kali dengan x minus 2. Dapat 7. Okay. And then x. So what we have, nada lagi the denominator tu. Okay. Then it becomes much more easier to simplify. Okay. Right. Expand macam biasa. Expand 3x square plus 5x minus 6x minus 10 plus 7. Expand just bala. Because kenapa expand? Because yang kita ni kan get the answer ni ada bracket. Sebab tu kita ni expand. We expand it out. So these are the like terms. Okay, you can simplify satu-satu dulu. Kalau kan express, go ahead. And then this one is also can be simplified. So minus 10 plus 7 is good. Minus 3. And you have x square minus teacher dia suka ni equal sign yang the straight kan kacau lah jua. Dah apa-apa. The next one kata ni straight kan Minus x square both sides. So 2x square minus x minus 3 equals to minus 2x. Minus x square both sides.
Plus 2x.
Minus x square both sides. Minus x. Okay ba? Okay. Dah apa-apa. Okay. Okay. Alright. Belum lagi Okay, dah apa-apa. Teacher boleh entertain you.
Minus plus 2x both sides.
There you go. Plus 2x both sides. You get 2x square plus x minus 3 equals to 4 marks. But I don't see the terms that you simplified because you did simplify two fractions in single fraction kan. So even then the top partnya mesti sama jua. Mesti ada 3x square minus x minus 3. Ada? Minus x minus 3. Mana? Sama sebelahnya 3x minus x minus 3. This one. Mesti ada. And ada ni. Anyway, you get 1 mark.
Tapi kau buat di bawah.
Ada je ni.
Bawah boleh. Bawah pun boleh.
Ada.
Asalkan ada. And then there is ways. Then after that, there's where you go wrong. You make up your own rules dia. Common tu. Kalau macam apa, dia tahu apa kan dibuat suddenly plus jadi minus dia, divide times dia. The terms is there. So that's where you get the partial marks. If you get if you simplified and then ada nampak 3x square minus x minus 3, you get that 1 mark. If ada nampak you simplified jadi x square minus 2x, that's another mark as well. Okay, so those partial marks is there. Solve by factorization. Yang factorization, data lagi pakai formula. Betul. Okay, sini ya pakai factorization. Artinya you find the factors. So 2x. So I use the box method. You can use the tic-tac-toe method. Mana aja. Lurus. Memanglah jawapannya sama. Jawapannya kena bagi Shika.
Tapi
Kalau nampak prosesnya, you delete final jawapan apa di atasnya. That's the quickest way. Okay? So you have 2x and x here. Minus 3. 1. 1 minus 3. Okay? So, this is 2x, this is minus 3x. 2x minus 3x give you what? Give you x or minus x? Minus x. So, this one cannot. Because ketani mo? So, the only way is if this is plus, this is minus. So, kalau catat, suddenly, this one is plus, this one is minus. So, 3x minus 2x is equals to x, positive x. So, that's done. Artinya, our factors would be 2x plus 3 and x minus 1 equals to 0. That means, so either you divide both sides with x minus 1, so you get 2x plus 3 equals to 0. Minus 3 both sides, divide by 2 both sides. So, or you divide both sides by 2x plus 3 and you get x minus 1 equal to 0, plus 1 both sides, you get 1. So your jawapan would be either cannot, because cuba baca soalan Shika. Yup. So mesti nampak working factors. Ya specific. So walaupun kamu pakai, guarantee you are able to use formula because this is paper 2 where you can allow calculator. Memang kamu dapat. But another quicker way of that one, if trick lah some trick. Di record je ni, dia boleh no? Pause. Karangkat. Okay. Let's say if you use formula, okay, you're not confident pakai factorization and you use formula, okay, and then you find the answer x is equals to minus 1.5, x equals to 1. Okay, what you do dulu, you tukar jadi fraction. Okay, jadikan fraction So apa? Okay, so what you do is for x equals to minus 1, you minus 1 both sides. So when you minus 1 both sides, you get x minus 1 equals to 0. And that's what we want. Kata ni equal to 0. Artinya for x equals to minus 3 over 2, what do we do? Kata ni kali dengan 2 dulu. And then plus 3 both sides. So that means what? What we want is that equals to 0 equals to 0. So what is the factor? The factor is 2x plus 3 and x minus 1. Tara. Okay, tu boleh. Kalau sekiranya kamu mau work that hard. Okay? Because some are quite quick in using calculator kalau pakai formula. That's fine as well. Especially for this one, the square root is not that difficult. Okay? Right. Next. Last lah. Can you hear teacher? A solid cylinder has base. Okay. A solid cylinder has base radius x and height 3x. Oh my God, 4 markah lagi. The total surface area of the cylinder is the same as the total surface area of a solid hemisphere of radius 5y. What is a hemisphere?
Half of sphere.
Half of a sphere. Okay, that's very important for you to know. Half of a sphere. Okay. Cylinder is the same. Is equal to. Okay. Cylinder. Okay. Surface area of cylinder equals to surface area of hemisphere. Okay. So, show that. Okay, jawapannya sudah ada. So, what you need to do is find the surface area of a cylinder. Surface area, surface, bukan volume. So, cylinder ada berapa surfaces? 3. Top and bottom, and then? Okay. So, top and bottom is what area? Circle. Berapa buting? 2. So 2 pi r square. Plus.
Punya length.
So length dia punya curve ni. Kalau curve ni dibuka, ia jadi rectangle where the length sini is actually the circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So kalau dibuka, so 2 pi r times by height. So 2 pi r times height. Nampak kamu? Bagus. Bagus. Improving. Okay. Hemisphere. Ni dah dapat ni. Dibuka bukan dah dapat ni. Sebab tu cuba lihat dalam soalan, dia kena bagi surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. Artinya hemisphere is 4 pi r square. Over 2. Okay. Lepas tu substitute dia. Apa? Dah. Okay. 2 pi r is what? Teacher tahulah. X square plus 2 times pi times x times 3x equals to, okay, this one kita simplify lah jangan susah diri. Okay, 2 pi r square. So 2 times pi times x square. Baca betul-betul. 5y square. Okay, 5y square-nya simpan dalam bracket. Or else kamu multiply y saja. 5-nya tetap sama. Salah. Because radiusnya is 5y. So radius square. 5y the whole thing square. Ada harapan usulnya kan sama? Ada harapan? Okay. Kita ni simplify. 2 pi x square kali saja plus 6 pi x square equals to 2 pi times 5y square 25y square. Cakap seorang diri I love this. Okay, 2 pi x square plus 6 pi x square boleh disimplify? Yup. Right? X square. So 2 pi 6 pi berapa? 8 pi. Pakai kalkulator ke Razik? Allah. Mana yang kau pakai kalkulator ni? Apa yang kau pakai kalkulator? Okay. 2 times 25. 50 pi y square. Macam ada salah. Macam ada salah saja. Tak apa. X square. So x square divide 8 pi both sides. So 50 pi y square divided by 8 pi. Where do I go wrong? Where do we go wrong? Nampak ah? Because we can simplify pi. So it's 50y square over 8. Sedangkan kata ni kena suruh cari 75y square over 8. Berikut lagi. Apa salahnya? Bangun. 2x square 50. Tahu. Okay. Because total surface area of a solid hemisphere. Kalau ya sphere saja, that's 4 pi r square kan? Tapi kalau kita ni bagi 2, so that would be hemisphere and kalau ya hemisphere, total surface area hemisphere kan 4 pi r square. Tapi kita ni mau hemisphere kan tau, satunya dibagi 2. So artinya total surface area would be the sphere bagi 2 and surface area of circle di bawahnya. Kita ni lupa. Okey. Ndak apa-apa. Okey. This one and then circle juga. Orang mesti lukis kan? Nak kan? Kamu awal saja. Sudah teacher lukis baru tahu. Tadi tu kesian je. Okay, so pi r square. Pi r square. Kita ni apa namanya ni? Replace sudah kan? So pi 5y square. So plus 25 pi y square. Yeah, right. Plus 25 pi y square. So before I do this one, okay, so that would be 8 pi x square equals to 75 pi y square. Alright, that means divide both sides by 8 pi. So x square equals to, the pi cancels out, 75 y square over 8. Shame. Feel satisfied that it's gone.